Every math student needs a toolkit. A math toolkit is a simple yet powerful way to help students stay organized and learn math more effectively, whether they're in elementary school or college or anywhere in between. The math student in your life needs a simple math toolkit. These tools support focus, memory, and clarity during classwork, homework, and tutoring sessions. But don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you a toolkit. My purpose is to guide you through gathering and assembling one for yourself. Hi, I'm Miss Beth of Math Mentor Tutoring, and I specialize in working with middle and high school math students through Algebra 1. Also, the math portion of standardized tests such as ACT and AccuPlacer. All of these students need a math toolkit. So let's get started. Before heading to the store, I always encourage families to shop their own home first. Most of the items in a math toolkit are common supplies you likely have tucked away in a drawer, backpack, or maybe your craft room. If you do need to pick up a few items, I've made it easy. On my resources page, you'll find all of the math toolkit items conveniently listed and hyperlinked to Walmart, so you can add anything you're missing to your cart and pick it up during your next regular shopping trip. You can find the complete list at mathmentortutoring.com/resources. Now let's look at what's included in this math toolkit. A sturdy 3-ring binder is the foundation of the math toolkit. It helps students keep math materials organized without clutter by keeping everything in one place and creating a quick go-to resource. Having everything in one place reduces chasing squirrels when it's time to get to work. Most binders have this front clear sleeve, which is a great place to pop in a keywords reference page and an awesome resource for working on word problems. Would you like a copy of the keywords reference sheet for your binder? You can download it for free at mathmentortutoring.com/resources. Or simply mention it during your free consultation and I'll be happy to email it over to you. Let's look inside the binder. Obviously you want plenty of filler paper. Tilt that where you can see it. Plenty of filler paper so that they're not searching for paper when it's time to get busy with homework. But let's take a look at what goes inside the binder pouch. You can get these binder pouches with these rings so it pops right into the binder. It will hold so many tools so that there's no wandering and searching for them when it's time to get busy. So, what goes in this pencil pouch? Well, obviously, a pencil. I like mechanical pencils because then there's no getting up to constantly resharpen. For many students, keeping that tip sharp while they're writing is a sensory issue. It's not just an excuse to get up and constantly resharpen. There's actually something to that for many students. So these mechanical pencils keep that sharp point that they need and allow them to just keep rolling with their work. All right. The next thing you need is a stick eraser. The eraser on these mechanical pencils will get used up pretty quickly. I like to keep a stick eraser. This one is my favorite, and it's actually from Dollar Tree. I like the square shape of it, and it tends to be a little more sturdy than the ones from Walmart. However, Walmart does carry stick erasers as well. So colored pens may actually be one of the last things you think of for a math lesson. However, color is not just decorative. It actively supports how the brain processes and stores information. If you would like to learn more about the power of color-coded visual learning, I invite you to read the full blog post, including my suggested color system for math. The link is in the description. I actually have 2 sets of absolute favorite colored pens, but the ones I recommend for most students are the Pilot G2. if you'll look at mathmentortutoring.com/resources, you'll see all the colors that I use during tutoring sessions. The Pilot G2 gel pens write smoothly. They're bold, bright colors, so they show up well, especially on screen while I'm tutoring. Friction pens are also my favorite, and I love to use these during tutoring sessions just for the fact that they do erase. Now the drawback is if your student has to take their math work with them to school, and if it maybe gets left in a backpack in a high heat situation, like leave it in the trunk, the friction pens fade. And so my daughter has learned it the hard way. She's had to bring her notebook in and stick it in the freezer. Putting it in the freezer for a while will bring the colors back, but they come back slightly faded. So friction pens are not great if you know that the notebook or the paper is going to end up in a high heat situation. I am a huge fan of flashcards. The binder pouch is a great location for keeping flashcards easily accessible. You also want to add plenty of white index cards. They're perfect for creating flashcards in the moment. Flashcards support long-term memory and help students memorize reinforced math facts, vocabulary, formulas, and key concepts. I highly recommend having a stack ready in the toolkit at all times. More items for your toolkit: a highlighter. I like the Sharpie. They tend to have this smear guard so they don't bleed through the pages as easily, and they don't smudge or work as much as some highlighters. I've tried other colors, but don't work as well. It's not as easy to read through the darker colors. The yellow tends to be better for really highlighting what you're trying to bring out and not masking it like other colors will. Also, a straight edge. I like to keep a protractor for a straight edge because it's small and fits nicely in the pouch. I just prefer to use that when I'm drawing triangles or large shapes. You do not want to see what my free-handed drawings look like. So, a straight edge is definitely a must at my station and great to go in the pouch. A few more suggestions for you. In addition to having the binder pouch that can hold all these tools so we don't have to go searching, did I mention? I don't think I mentioned. I really like when this binder pouch has a clear front so that I can see all of these things when I need to find the pencil, the eraser, the highlighter, whatever it is I'm looking for. I'm not looking into a dark hole. I don't have to just dump it out across the table. With a clear front, I can see what it is I'm looking for. So we have our binder pouch. We have plenty of paper for working. For the families that I work with, I also request that they add a few page protectors so that we can create some instant dry erase practice. Dry erase set of markers, just a small set with the erasers built in, are easily found at Dollar Tree. And there you have it, the complete Math Toolkit. When it's time for math homework, your math scholar can grab their binder and get started right away. With everything in one place, distractions from searching for supplies are eliminated. A Math Toolkit is a small investment of time and materials that can create a big shift in how your child approaches learning. With structure, tools, and routines in place, your child can build independence. If you're looking for a math tutor, be sure to schedule a free consultation, and let's talk about how I can support your child's learning journey.